name is Betsy Sweet, and I was at the New York City Movers and Shakers Conference. And I would love to have a Hay House radio show and or participate in an online event. I live in Hollowell, Maine, and I have a healing practice called Sweet Spirit Tools for Joyful Living. My specialty is helping people get unstuck without coming unglued. Because let's face it, we all get stuck in our journey. It can be a little stuck, a big stuck. It can be physical, emotional, combination of the two. But there are times when we need help to get through and heal what is in our way from accessing the happy, healthy state that I believe is our natural state. My toolbox along the way, I've gathered lots of tools, and that includes counseling. I have a master's degree in spiritual psychology. It includes energy work. I do Reiki, chakra balancing. I work with essential oils. I am a guide and medium. I get information for you from beyond. And I also do tapping, laughing yoga, and even some stand-up comedy. I work one-on-one, in person, via Skype, telephone. I teach classes, and I speak to groups. In my own journey, one of the most important tools I've had is collecting concrete, physical evidence that the universe is on our side. Because I've come to believe that the universe is showering every single one of us, not just me, not just a few people, not just a few gifted people, but everybody with information that will inform us, inspire us, guide us, heal us all the time. But most of us put up a big old umbrella and we don't access this information. I'm not sure why. I think sometimes we're talked out of it as kids, but I also think that there's a piece of us that's afraid to get the information. I know I used to be afraid. I thought of God or Spirit as a child growing up as a mean man in the sky who had this long checklist. And every time I did something wrong, every time I was, or didn't do something good, he made a checklist and he couldn't wait to punish me. And so when anything bad happened in my life, whether it was a little teeny bad, like getting a bad test grade, or life tragedy bad, like my brother dying, or my alcoholic father, I thought, well, I didn't make the grade. I didn't make the list. So it was only in my own journey of healing that I started to realize that maybe my perception wasn't accurate, and that maybe, in fact, the universe, God, Spirit, was actually loving, helpful, wanted us to win. And that became my experience. And I started to understand that when I started getting hard, concrete evidence. One of my best experiences with that was when I was about to do a comedy show. Before I tell you about that, let me just tell you that next to my bed, I keep a feather, as a reminder to not be so hard on myself. In the past, I've been my harshest critic. And so as I transform into being my best friend, my most loving friend, and my best cheerleader, I keep a feather next to my bed to remind myself. Believe me, sometimes I need a feather boa next to my bed to remind myself. But feathers are an important sign for me. So back to the comedy show. It was a new show, it was a full house, and I had spent most of the day practicing, but also subconsciously convincing myself that I was not funny, this was not a good show, and I was headed for disaster. So as I was about to head out onto stage, I was really worried, really nervous, and really sort of in this dark vortex I had created that this was really going to be awful. In my comedy shows, the only thing I use as a prop is a stool. So I walked out on stage, I could feel the audience to my left, and I walked right to my stool, and there on the stool was the tiniest, sweetest little feather you have ever seen. It made me laugh to myself, relax, and I got in a way that I had never gotten before, that not only was the universe on my side and wanting me to win, but was paying attention to what I needed, what I wanted, every minute of every day. It was a huge break and transformation for me. And so now I collect that evidence every day. Hard, physical, real evidence, real time. And I see it not just for myself, but for my clients. One of my clients, she came to work with me as a counselor, and she said, look, I love you, I trust you, but no voodoo. I am not interested, I don't believe in any of that stuff. Fair enough, we'll do counseling. So after we've been working together for about a year, there was one day in particular where her mother's energy who had passed, her mother's energy was sitting on my shoulder, and she was desperate to give her daughter, my client, a teddy bear. And so after we were done our session, I said, I know you don't believe in this. I know this is not something you're that open to, but I just want you to know that your mom is right here and really wants you to have this teddy bear. She said, oh, great. Where was she when I was 3 and I needed a teddy bear? I'm 50. Okay. So off she went. That appointment was about 9 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, I get a call. Fine, 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 call me. I went, whoa, okay. All right. So I called her and I said, hey, what's going on? She said, you are not going to believe what happened. She said, when I left your office, I was headed to Portland and I had to go on the willy wags of, I was in this rural place to deliver an Obama sign to one of my friends. I was putting the sign on the lawn and this car came up and slowed behind me. And I thought I was going to get shot. But instead, it turned out it was my neighbor from far away. And I said, what are you doing here? He said, what are you doing here? Anyway, he said, but I'm so glad I ran into you. Because remember that firehouse supper? Well, you won the raffle. And they gave me your raffle prize to give to you because they knew I'd see you first. So here it is. So he reaches back. And what does he hand her? A teddy bear. But not just any teddy bear. A teddy bear embroidered with a heart that says, love your mother. Clear, concrete evidence. And for her, it broke open the ability to see that the universe was on her side, to access that help, get information, feel supported and loved in a way that she had never gotten before. So it's right there for all of us. All we have to do is pay attention, to let it in, to look and see around us. Are we getting evidence that we're not paying any attention? Because that love and support is right there. So just take the umbrella down as a first step. Feel the love, feel the support, and let there be awe in your awesome life. And always know that you are loved.